This is the afternoon of Friday, the 12th day of December 2025. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. To my fellow Pan-Africanists and to whom it may concern, the America under Donald J. Trump of the Republican Party will not start a new war in Nigeria. We already have a war going on in Nigeria. This message is very important because a few months to come, people will tell you that Trump is starting a new war in Nigeria. People will tell you that Trump is interested in Africa's resources or Nigerian resources. I want to let you know that that is not the case and you should not get it twisted. Now, a few days ago, there was a fact-finding mission to understand more about what Trump said that he's going to come into Nigeria to eliminate the terrorists, not the citizens, not the government. And he said it's going to be fast and sweet. A lot of people, there were mixed reactions to it. A lot of people opposed it. For what reason? Now, the delegation from the US and the United Nations, they came into Nigeria and they saw in one state, mind you, Nigeria have 36 states plus FCT. FCT is the Federal Capital Territory. So that is, let me say, 37 states. Just in one state, more than 600,000 Christians are in the IDP camp. More than 600,000 Christians are in the IDP camp. You know what? That is 10% of the population of Libya today. 10% of the population of Libya. They are in the IDP camp just in one state, not the whole country, just in one state. But you know what triggers the emotion of Randy Moore? Because I've seen him talking on Fox News. I understand how he's feeling. The Islamic terrorists are still attacking the IDP camps. After chasing people from their ancestral home to IDP camp, they are still attacking the IDP camps. You know why they are attacking the IDP camps? They are attacking the IDP camp because they have the intention to erase, exterminate, and cleanse these people out of the surface of the earth. If you think it's a joke, ask about the Christians in Iraq. Christians in Iraq were never converted. You know what happened? They were cleansed. Ethnic cleansing. Now, for you to understand better what I'm saying, look at this news. It happened yesterday, right? And it reads that 17 persons killed, others missing, as militias ambushed returning IDPs in Taraba State. You know what happened? These people were chased out of their ancestral homes, and 90% of them, as we profiled them, are Christians in Taraba State. They were chased into IDP camps out of their ancestral homes. But the government of the Taraba State asked them not to go back to their ancestral homes for a long period of time. At a time, these people feel that their homes is safe. They wanted to return back. On their way coming back home, these Islamic jihadists ambushed them on the road. What is their crime? They are not friendly to Sharia. They are not friendly to the way that these terrorists want them to be. So they don't want them on the surface of the earth. Even in the IDP camps, they are coming there to attack them. This is serious. And the good news here is that tomorrow, being the 13th day of December, Randy Moore and other people who came to Nigeria are going to give recommendation to Trump. Do you know what they are going to tell Trump to do? I think this interview will give you a ray of insight to what kind of recommendation they are making to Trump. And after watching this, you understand the reason why I said nobody should say that Trump is starting a war in Nigeria. He's only coming to fight with people who are fighting against people who do not believe in their Sharia and Islamic way of life. Take a listen.
And there is a person on this mission, Republican Congressman Riley Moore, who just led a congressional delegation, not over Zoom, but by armored vehicle. You went into this country at a time when they are taking Christians, and you went to these camps of internally displaced people. First of all, welcome to The Focus. Tell me what the people told you.
Well, Harris, it was really shocking. The stories that we heard, the imagery, it was, I've never witnessed anything like that personally in my life. I met one woman, and I see you're showing some of the pictures, who had lost her entire family. 5 of her children were murdered right in front of her, and she was pregnant at the time and was able to escape. She had that child at an internally displaced camp. And I mean, you could just see that her soul had literally left her body. And there are countless stories like this. Another woman was attacked. Her family was attacked. She lost her husband, her 2 daughters, and they murdered her unborn child. These Islamic terrorists murdered her unborn child and took it right out of her.
You know, I don't know.
It's beyond words.
I don't know if my team has it, but we do have a picture of one of those women with her baby in her lap, and you're standing with her. So I'll ask my team to kind of shuttle through these pictures so that we can show even more. Look, Congressman Moore, the president right now is waiting to hear from you. You are preparing a report. Let's talk about the news. There she is. So beautiful. I mean, I can only imagine what it was like to have to leave that camp knowing that your mission ahead is for them.
No, absolutely, Harris. And this mission was part of our report. This was a fact-finding mission. There were 5 members of Congress in total that went there. We went to Benue State, which is one of the most dangerous states in the country of Nigeria. This is where all the Christians, a majority of them, are being murdered for their faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But I felt that we had to go there, so we went in armored vehicles with security and went there and visited with these people, visited with these Christians, Christian associations, Bishop Anagbe, the Catholic Church, Protestant leaders as well, and got ground truth that we're going to go report back to the president, and we're going to make recommendations in the report that he has asked us to do. He's asked myself and Chairman Tom Cole to give him a report and report back to him, and we're going to do that by the end of this month.
Are people afraid there? I mean, how many people are in these protection camps?
Well, in protection camps, probably really not the right word, Harris. They're in IDP camps, but the Fulani, these Islamic radicals, are attacking the IDP camps. They're attacking them in the camps. And for those who say this is about climate change and land and things like that and economically driven, why would you burn down a church? Why would you attack an IDP camp? Screaming Allah Akbar. I think that it's very clear what the answer is there, right? They're trying to erase the Christians in Benue State and around Nigeria from their ancestral homeland.
Yeah, and some kind of bizarre caliphate, I would imagine, is part of the plan, too. Look, Congressman Moore, I want to bring you back once that lands on the president's desk and you've delivered that report. Thank you so very much for being here first. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Harris, and thank you for all your coverage on this. God bless you.
All right, let's go straight to the point. I want to let you know that recommendations to Trump tomorrow is just all about to stop this mess. Remember that the U.S. had an agreement with Nigeria through the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. And the agreement was go and disarm the Fulani militia in Nigeria who are committing genocide against the people across the country, especially Christians and non-Christians as well. The Nigeria government promised to do so. But I told you from the beginning that the Nigeria government don't have the capacity to do this. They are compromised, and the people who are sponsoring these jihadists are there, right there in the government. So there is no way that these people, could disarm these terrorists. It is an agenda. It is a mission. A lot of army officers have been eliminated who wanted to fight these people. A lot of government officials have been stopped in their way of stopping these jihadists. Why? Because the government is backing them up. Tinubu's Islamic government, APC's Islamic government is backing them up. I am saying what I know. And I can tell you, I can sit and talk about all these things for even 2 hours without missing words about it. So I know exactly what I am talking about. Now, the situation here is that for you to understand how terrible these Islamic jihadists are, imagine people who are in the IDP camp, you are still going to IDP camp to attack them. So if you claim that it's just a normal terrorism that made them to leave their ancestral homes to the IDP camp, can you also tell me why these people are going to the IDP camp to attack them? No, can you just tell me why they are going to the IDP camp to attack them? I see that a lot of people do not still understand what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is not sustainable, and there is no way people can continue like this. Let me tell you, Benue State and Plateau State, these 2 states, they are matured enough to have their own country and defend themselves. If you ask me, I will tell you that these people ought to be autonomous states. Let them have their own country and defend themselves. The government is supporting the terrorists to kill the people. We must say it the way it is. There is no missing words about this. I know why I'm making this particular video. Because very soon people will tell you that America is trying to destabilize Nigeria. Nigeria has been destabilized by the APC government who brought in Fulani militia from Sahel to commit ethnic cleansing. They admitted that they did. What have you done? Before you oppose what I'm saying, what did you do when APC imported these terrorists?
Let me first of all say that the idea of bringing people from outside the country to destabilize wasn't, I didn't say they brought people to destabilize. What I said was that the idea, they actually brought people into the country with the intention that those people will come and vote for them. I think you understand? And they never realized, they never knew, they were never convinced that they were going to win that election because PDP was very, very strong on ground. So the fear was that they were going to lose the election. So the only thing they could do was to bring in people who could serve as mercenaries to come and win elections for them through the back door. But when the new PDP came on board and joined them and to form the APC and won the election, they didn't know what to do with those people. And in the process, those people became uncontrollable. Many people have spoken about that. You've mentioned a name now, although I hate to mention names. You've mentioned a name now, you've mentioned the El-Rufai. He talked about them.
You mean government imported terrorists into the country and you are comfortable? No, you are a coward. And not just coward, I don't know the adjective I use to qualify the state of anybody's mind who think that the government that imported the terrorists will be able to fight the terrorists. It's not done in anywhere. It's not done in anywhere. The government of Nigeria, they are genocidal, killing people using different kind of militias to exterminate people. There is an interest about this. The interest is to turn Nigeria into Islamic State. It is well known. Imagine a governor in Nigeria was interviewed and he said that every governor, every president that is a Muslim must be directed by the status of Sharia in Nigeria. And this is the man who fought to put Islamic Sharia law into Nigerian constitution. He said it is the ambition of the whole Muslim in Nigeria to make Nigeria an Islamic state. And if you feel that this is just a normal talk, I'm just coming out to talk, what you already know is a totally different case entirely. I am telling you that your generations are not safe if there is no intervention. I am telling you that that home, that community you think is safe is not safe. Because sooner than you think, they will invade your community and they will carry out ethnic cleansing. But you know what? Nigerian government has entered into the trap. What kind of trap am I talking about? They invaded Benin Republic swiftly when the coup happened. They demonstrated to the world the kind of capacity they have to crush every threat. So the world is asking question today. Why is Nigeria unable to tackle the terror? That is making the story of Nigerian government sponsoring these terrorists very sweet. Yeah. That is what the world is discussing at this moment. Nigeria have the capacity to stop these terrorists. They refuse to stop it. In other words, every story that people have been telling that they are sponsoring this insecurity is very, very correct. This is the narrative from across the world as I speak to you. So this is a trap that they have already entered. Just imagine that all these killings from across the country, the president doesn't move, he doesn't move the government like it is normal. They are trying to psycho-condition the people to believing that this is a normal thing. People should just enjoy it like this. Why they continue to carry out their Islamic agenda? Truth is bitter to say. A lot of people will feel uncomfortable with this video. You understand? But we have to say it the way it is. This is an Islamic agenda. The special assistant to the president of Nigerian political affairs, Ahmed, he is a brother to the vice president of the Labour Party presidential candidate, P2B, Babadati Ahmed. He said that there is an interest of people in Nigeria, some people in Nigeria, to turn Nigeria into a terror stronghold, to annex Nigeria with the southern Niger, Chad, and northern Cameroon to form a terror stronghold. There are so many things on the ground going on. The retired generals are speaking forth. Government is sponsoring terrorism. This government must be stopped. Yeah, they must be stopped. If they are not stopped, they will stop your life. They will stop your generation. They will stop everything you think you have today. These people are beasts. They are blood-sucking demons. They do not pay. They are not apologetic to this. Haven't you seen a whole defense minister of Nigeria being linked to terrorism by his own governor, saying that he's part of the terrorists, a minister of defense, and you feel that everything is normal? I pity you. I pity you, and I understand very well that Africans, I'm sorry to say this, we always prove that we have low IQ. Some people are coming out supporting the government, and they don't even know that just in one state, 600 people are in the IDP camp, Christians. What is their crime? They were born and brought up from Nigeria. A lot of people are supporting the government. They want to say, yes, Nigeria will get better tomorrow. They are not just supporting the government. They don't mean well for you. You know why? Because they have a business interest with the government. That is African man for you. An African man will sell his people. It happens in the slave trade. They sell their people. They sell their conscience because of their business interest. And I do come here to tell you every day that in Nigeria, in Africa, in the whole world, law does not exist. Interest does. Only interest exists. So a lot of people are just working towards their interests at the detriment of the people. So I sympathize with the people who were ambushed in the IDP camp, who were ambushed while returning to their ancestral homes. I mean, this never happened to you. You don't understand the magnitude of inhumanity that the government is supervising against the people. And if I'm telling you that the ray of hope to this, apart from the people's revolt, if people can stand up and get ready to die and fight this once and for all, I am going to tell you that if America intervenes, it is going to be a very big relief for these people. You don't know what these people are passing through. You might be in America, in Europe, in everywhere you think that this is okay. Imagine people who they appointed just to become an ambassador or political aide. They just need that monthly salary of 700,000 or 1 million naira to betray their generation. It is very better for everything to be crushed today so that we can start to rebuilding for the generation. If you think that this thing is sustainable and because you have a business that Nigeria should remain like this, you are a joke. Because this has to stop for next generation. Don't think about your generation. Think about people who will come after you. If it will be possible for everything to be crushed down, everything to be dismantled, and let us build a solid foundation. If the foundation is destroyed, what will the righteous do? Absolutely nothing.